us some of your philosophy.
Okay, let me tell y'all some philosophy. I won't let y'all in on a secret here. I had a friend of mine, called me up here not long ago, and he told me, well, remember when they was having the midterm elections?
Yeah.
A friend of mine called me up. He was gonna run for state representative. I said, really? I said, what are you gonna try to be getting done? And he said, well, I'm gonna try to get fuel prices lowered. And he said, I'm gonna try to get something done down there on the border of Texas. I got a few other minor things that I'm gonna try to get done. I said, well, do you have a mandate? He looked at me and said, do I have a what? I said, you have a mandate. He looked at me and said, well, mandate? He said, I can't even get a warning date.
Oh my, how wise can we get? Mike Bell, what's going on there in your world?
Well, you can see that right
Well,
here.
she's asleep, I know
Yeah.
that, but she's as good as gold.
Yes, she is.
She was our record
Yes, she
this
was.
whole weekend.
Yep,
Yep.
she done a good job.
She was there.
She learned how to thump her fingers tonight.
Did a good job ragging the ball.
Yeah.
Yes, she did.
And she's just 5 years old.
5 years old and already
She
knows
looks
how to
Drove
rack
the
the
truck
ball.
too.
She
Drove
looks,
the truck.
she looks bigger than 5.
Yep.
But where's your younger son?
Where'd he go?
Your younger son.
He might have went to get some pumpkin pie.
Probably knowing him.
I hope he didn't go in and lay down.
If you're gonna move, you're gonna have to move.
He might be like that last deal. Remember that last deal that I came in and they were laying down on the couch. I said, I told y'all get in that bed. I sleep on the couch.
If you go in there and find him laying down, you ain't moving
You ain't
him.
gonna move him without a forklift,
No.
I can tell you that right now.
Well, you better go check on him.
I'll be right back, young folks.
And then me and
Yeah,
Mike
I'll be
Bell
right
will
back.
talk crap about you while you're gone.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all calm it down and talk about it.
Oh man.
Oh goodness. That girl likes us, gosh. She's,
Her name's Alex.
yeah.
Okay. Alex.
Like
And what did she say? What does she want?
she's wanting to come over Sunday.
This tomorrow?
This next Sunday.
Oh, this next Sunday. You should
Well-
invite her to come play pool.
She's got 3 kids. One of them's a special needs child.
Yeah, anyway, no, he's in there eating another sandwich.
Alexis.
He had to quit eating since he was born.
Well,
Like Texas.
yeah.
Alexis, yeah, I think she's from.
Well, I was trying to change the name.
Yeah.
of it.
Alexis, she's from Texas.
Alexis,
Oh,
But
well,
she's from Texas, and she's got 2 girls. One's 6 years old. She's got a special needs child who is
well, you know, I've heard this
Alexis.
thing before that all my exes live in Texas. Well,
Maybe Alex.
you know, it won't be long.
I can't remember her name, but anyways, she's got 3 girls. She's wanting to come over next Sunday.
Well, I know one.
What are y'all gonna do next Sunday? What's going to be happening there? They're gonna ride horses or what?
I don't know.
She into riding horses?
She's
She's into looking at them.
Yeah, she's into looking at horses, but I mean, heck, she went to the bull riding with us out there.
Yeah.
And
Well, you know, I had my second wife that she died here about a year ago,
Yep.
and she's buried here in Texas. And I got another wife that's on the verge. She's not in real good health. She's getting pretty bad off, And it won't be long, I'll be singing that song all
So
my
you'll be
Texas, and buried in Texas.
buried in Texas, yeah.
Yeah, buried in
I was
Texas.
just fixing to say that very same thing.
Yeah.
But
Golly.
I don't know, and she has a thing for me, and I don't know why.
Well, you should feel very good about that.
I can't even get a woman to even, I have all these women that are always asking for my phone number. Everywhere I go.
You must be some sort of a pimp or something.
No, what upsets me is every time I go somewhere, women look at me and they say I don't have a ring on. And they ask me, so you say, I said, yes ma'am. They ask me for my phone number, and they said, we're gonna call you. And when they call me and ask me back at the doctor.
Hey,
and so on.
let me tell you a story.
Oh, God.
Back when Patrick was alive, and we used to go to Spur.
Patrick King.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We used to go to Spur over there in Lindsay all the time. And I would have a little more than what I needed to drink, and
Yeah.
That back when you drank in your younger days?
yeah. And
Well,
when-
sure am glad you changed your life.
when I was I
There's
had
a lot of things, now I will say, there's a lot of things that he did back then when he was the guy he was that I never knew about until he got old enough. Anyway.
well,
That's the way
anyways,
it's supposed to be.
I had more than what I needed that night, and it was just me and Patrick, and we had taken his truck over there, and I don't remember nothing, because I had so much to drink. All I remember is having a really good time with this good-looking girl, or so I thought she was a good-looking girl.
Sure. Sure.
And-
I'm sure everybody listening has had that experience.
Yep, and
Not me.
I was dancing pretty good, or so I thought I was dancing pretty good. And after our dance with this girl, I got her phone number.
Yeah.
She gave me her phone number, and I was dating this other girl at the time, and Patrick was trying to keep me from making a mistake,
He knew she was a guy.
he knew that I wasn't that I shouldn't be talking to other girls, or getting some other girl's phone number while I'm dating this other girl.
Yeah.
Well, I had before I gave the number to Patrick, I had put it in my phone, and then I turned around and gave it to Patrick. Well, Patrick didn't know that I had given it to her. The next morning after I woke up, I decided, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and give this girl a number, give this girl a call. So I called that girl, wound up being a guy answering the phone. Said, who is this? And I said, is so-and-so there? And said, I don't know that, that person. I think you must have the wrong number. I learned back then that some girls just gives you the wrong number just to get you off their backs.
Yeah, I'm sure it's true.
Yeah,
I'm sure it's true. Was it like BR549 or something like that?
Pretty much. Well,
Yes.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah, it was like a BR549 number.
Should we tell him about how we learned what Black Friday was?
Oh gosh, like Black Friday.
We
That's
was
yesterday.
gonna,
Yeah.
was gonna go buy a trampoline on Black Friday, and we thought Black Friday meant it was dark Friday night after Thanksgiving. That's what we thought. We didn't know what Black Friday meant. And we gonna buy this trampoline at Walmart. Boy, was that a joke.
They probably didn't have any trampolines.
Oh, no, they didn't have any trampoline left. We called every Walmart
Yeah,
in the
that's-
state of Texas.
I
Trying
can't
to look
believe
for
I
it.
went where I went.
And on top of that, locked the keys in the dadgum truck,
Yeah.
on top of everything
Yeah.
else.
I can't believe it was Saturday after Black Friday, but I can't believe I even went to Walmart
I would
today.
never go to another
But-
Black Friday
But you
shop.
know, it wasn't, it really, of course, I didn't go Black Friday, I went Saturday, Purple Saturday, but whatever it was.
What, Purple Saturday?
I'm just.
I'm not gonna
making
even
it up.
attempt to try to find out what that is. We thought Black Friday meant it was Friday at night, because the sun wasn't shining, so it was black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make all the good deals, you
People
find some
think-
pretty good deals.
People think you gotta go shopping at midnight.
Yeah, I wouldn't do
You
that.
know.
Nothing in the world.
Whoop-de-doo.
You know. Hey, let me tell you another story. Speaking of Walmart, I got so one time it was me and a friend of mine. We had so much to drink, we decided to go to Walmart after we left the bar, and Patrick was with us. Patrick was the only one that didn't drink that night, and I was walking around Walmart. It was after midnight, like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, and I guess that was back when Walmart stayed open 24/7 over in Gainesville.
Yeah.
And I put on some, you know what, maybe I shouldn't put this on video.
Go ahead.
I know what you done. I just want
Mike,
to see
yeah,
if you
we
would
can
admit
edit
to
that,
it.
go ahead.
I was gonna see if he'd admit to it.
You know that Walmart. After I did what I did, I could not show my face in that Walmart
What
ever.
did you do? Did you go to the bathroom in an aisle or something?
Oh, no, he's
No.
no worse than that.
No, that's not worse than that.
I don't know,
I
it's
put
just
on
as bad.
some girls' panties. I went through the women's section.
Oh, so it was new.
Well,
No,
You
he
didn't
wasn't
actually,
nude.
I wasn't
you didn't actually
nude.
grab a girl and take her panties off.
Oh,
no,
no.
no.
Oh, okay.
No,
I
it was,
thought that's what you were talking
No, it was a brand new pair of
Okay,
pants.
so you put on a
You
pair
got
of
them off
panties.
the rack.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
okay.
got them off the rack.
And so what was your intention there? Did you think that was gonna be funny?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
I
actually,
thought it
what
was
he
going to
was
be
thinking-
funny. I wasn't really thinking. My friend, he got on this cart, you know, that they drive around in Walmart.
One of them old people
Oh,
carts?
yeah, the old people carts, you know.
Yeah, the one I had to ride after my heart
Yeah,
attack.
yeah.
That
He got
was
on one of them carts, and I was following him around. I was having to hang on to the back of that cart just so I wouldn't fall down.
Wearing a pair of pants.
And we went through the women's section, and he said he grabbed a pair of panties off the rack and threw it at me and said, "Here, put these on."
And of
And-
course you did.
And of course I did.
Yeah.
And
Well, I mean, have you ever heard a woman tell you, say, I wear the pants of this family? Well, you just put them panties on, so, well, you might wear the pants of this family, but I wear the panties of this family.
You think she's gonna be impressed?
I tell you what, then I had to go to the bathroom so bad that I went to the bathroom out in
With the
their
panties on? With the woman panties on?
out in their parking lot.
With the woman panties on? Oh, my
After
God.
that night,
Michael Dale.
I couldn't show my
Yeah,
face in
see.
that Walmart because I got to thinking about all the security cameras that they have around there. And I bet them securities were laughing their tail ends off.
They were probably looking for the that was that wanted sign poster that I seen at Walmart after that. See, I didn't
Have
know.
you seen this person? He could be wearing women's clothes.
You know, there's a lot of things he did when he was
Uh-huh.
young that I didn't know about. Till he got older.
Of course. I mean,
Now, if I
That's
try to
kind
send
of
him
a
to a
no-brainer.
room with no dinner, he's happy about it.
yeah.
Yeah. Walmart
Well,
was.
Michael Dell, that's a heck of a story that
Yeah.
you just told, and I think that people who are listening probably
Probably
They-
done worse than
they've
what I've
got a
done.
they've got a better appreciation of who you actually are.
Yeah. Now that you're a changed, now that you're a changed person, I mean,
Oh,
you know,
man.
some of the things I've done, well, it's kind of like me whenever I was younger.
I think what changed me is this little girl here.
Yeah, well, what changed me
Sure.
You know.
was
Just got a little
I got
older.
tired. You know, when I was young and used to drink, boy, I'm so glad I don't do that anymore. Good Lord. But they said I walked up to a tree one night, leaned up against the tree, started puking all over around, so excuse me, ma'am. Drinking and eating cookies do not mix.
Oh, God, no.
I found that out. But I don't,
Gosh.
hey, you know, my last wife,
What's he doing?
he's eating a sandwich.
Oh, okay, well, it's taking a while.
But my last wife changed my evil ways.
Yeah, yeah.
Of course, she's now trying to bring them back, but that's another story.
Oh, man, I tell you what, you guys got some heck of good stories.
Oh, if you've only heard the half of them, good Lord, I tell you.
You ever done any crazy stuff in your life?
Oh, yeah.
Well, tell us.
I don't believe KF.
Not repeatable. I will say this, okay, I will say this, and I've told this story several times, it's one of the worst things that I've ever done. I feel bad about it.
Whatever it is,
But
I
now,
bet you
whenever
I
I
can pop
say
it.
this, you're gonna say, well, that's not so bad.
I bet you I can pop it.
Well, are you gonna let me tell my story,
I
or
won't say about it.
are you gonna finish it for me?
No, go ahead.
So I was a junior, well, I was going into my senior year, and it was the summer, and it was hot. So you gotta remember, you know, that was during a dry spell, so it was
Wasn't there a
drought.
depression, was it?
It was during the drought. Anyway, so keep that in mind when I tell you the story. So we were driving around town, and I'm not gonna mention the town, just doesn't make any sense to do that. But we drove around town, and for some reason, there was about 4 or 5 of us in that pickup. In other words, there's people in the back. Because we didn't have mega cabs like they do now.
Mhm.
You know, we had single cab pickups.
Yeah.
You know, so people had to sit in the back pickup. We might have had 2 or 3 pickups driving around that night. So we decided, for some reason, some guy that's with us, and the guy that come up with this idea, he happened to grow up and be a vet.
Mhm.
So I wasn't hanging around with bad people, but we just pretty stupid stuff. But anyway, so we decided for some reason we'd go and turn on fire hydrants. So we went around town and turned the dang fire hydrants on. Well, keep in mind, we were in the middle of a drought. It was a pretty sorry thing to do, but we did it anyway. I bet we turned on 6 or 7 of them. And the cops had to come. Cops had to come, and there was a couple of streets that were flooded. And we ended up, we got out of town, and of course they never found out about it. I don't think there was ever anything mentioned about it, but we did it, and certainly wasn't proud of it, but that was one thing that we did. Oh, I will say another thing, that now I didn't have anything to do with this, but that, it was probably not, maybe a month after that. It was the first day, it was the first weekend before school started. So school started on Monday. They'll start like it does now, they'll start on Thursday, but they start on Monday. Well, anyway, it was a weekend, Saturday night. And we decided, it was Sunday, because it was the very day before school started. Anyway, we were driving around town, and we were just doing things. We were going to toilet paper the front of the school, stuff like that. And then somebody had a bright idea. Why don't we get a sheet and put it on top of the school building? Okay. So, and of course, there was, I'd say there's probably could have been 12 of us, might have been 15 of us all there. And there was people that weren't really with us, but they were overhearing this conversation. And one of them popped up, I know exactly where we can get a sheet. And so they went to the next town over, and they got that sheet. We thought, we'll never see them again. And it probably wasn't an hour later, we saw them riding around the back of the pickup. They had a damn sheep in the back of the pickup.
Oh.
Yes. And so then, of course, back then they had security guards because of previous year's pranks. So we never got to put the sheet on top of the school building, which I don't know how we could have ever got it up there anyway. I don't think we ever thought that through. But anyways, so what happened was we were driving around town, and during the middle of all this, we were toilet paper, and then I think somebody had eggs. I didn't have eggs. I never threw an egg at a person. Never.
Really?
Never. But we had toilet paper in my pickup, so I could have gotten in trouble. But somebody did egg some of the security guards. Okay, so this is how things were back in those days. When the cops came up there, after these security guards were chasing us all over town, or all over the neighborhood, because we were on foot. We got out of our pickups and we were running. The cops got there, and when the security guards told them, they laughed about it. But anyway, so in the meantime, there's this pickup driving around town with this dang sheep in the back of it. So what had happened, we ended up in one of the bank parking lots. We were sitting there talking, trying to figure out what are we going to do with this sheep, or what's our next move going to be? You know, the cops pulled up there. And started questioning us and said, "Now," and by the way, what is that sheep doing in the back of that pickup, and what are you going to do with that sheep? So instead of getting in trouble, he said, "I'll tell you what, this is what you're going to do. You're going to pour all that beer you got out."
Oh, I remember one of them days.
Yeah, so that's happened a bunch of times. But anyway, you're going to pour all that beer out, and then you're going to take that sheep, and you're going to take it down to the zoo, and you're going to let it go. What else was going to? Because they said they didn't know where it came from.
Yep.
They just found it, you know. So they did that. They were in charge of that because it was in their pickup. So
I remember.
they did that.
I
That's a
remember.
good story.
I do remember coming out of a bowling alley one night. No, actually, we were in the bowling alley, and the cops had been out there and found my car, looked in my car and seen those cases of beer, and come in the bowling alley and found me and my closest friend Steve, which is dead and gone now, bless his heart, and my uncle, which I won't say his name, and it's not the older uncle, it's the younger uncle, and another friend of ours named Ed. They found us in the bowling alley, found out that we looked like we'd been drinking. And they got all four of us gathered up. Won't know if that was my car. Yeah. Y'all got two choices. You can come out here and pour all this beer out in front of us, or y'all going to jail. We went out there with them. We started getting beer out of my car. We started popping tops and dumping them out. Old Steve, keep in mind, it's wintertime. He had this coat on with all these pockets here, pockets on the inside. Big coat. And as we were dumping the beer out in front of the tops, he would take one every now and then. He'd stick it over in his pocket. He'd take another one. He'd stick it over in his pocket. But he had them concentrating on us as he was keeping beer. And we thought, oh man, we got out of that one. We could have went to jail. They made us leave and go home.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we took off down the road. And of course, back in them days, I mean, if you'd have been caught like that, they'd take you to jail.
Nowadays,
I mean, they wouldn't let us drive off for
Yeah,
one,
now-
but they let us leave.
Yeah, nowadays.
And we got going down the road, and Steve was sitting in the back seat of my. No, he was sitting up in the front seat. The other guy was sitting in the back. And I was driving. He said, "Anybody want a beer?" Ha ha! Very funny. They made us pour it all out. He said, "No," and then he said, "I got one here, and got one here." He started passing us all beer around. Yeah. Back then, we didn't think much of drinking and driving. We don't do that stuff anymore.
No. Hey, he didn't fall asleep in there, did he?
No, he was in there eating, but I better go check on him.
But let me tell you, want to talk about, you were talking about going around town and you know,
sheep.
with the sheep, going around town and
That's crazy.
opening fire hydrants.
Now keep in mind again, I didn't get the sheep, somebody else did.
You want to make that clear,
Make
right?
that clear. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I made a mistake. I did something, and I regret doing it years ago. But I didn't think I got caught until I was on my way. I was walking home. I was just walking around town, and over by the store, next to the First Baptist Church. There's a creek that runs right there next to the First Baptist Church in town. And I just wanted to see what it would look like. And I took a bottle and didn't have nothing in the bottle. It was an empty, plastic bottle. Took a paper towel, stuffed it down. I had me a lighter, and I lit that paper towel and just chunked it off into the creek bottom next to that First Baptist Church, and just walked off. And I walked into the store nearby, walked inside. A few minutes later, this lady comes running inside the store, and I was in the very back, kind of, hiding a little bit. And this lady hollered, called 911. There's a fire in this creek. I didn't think I got caught, and anyways, I heard the fire engine, the fire trucks coming up on scene, and I never did, stick around to see the flames or anything or the smoke. And when I left that store, I took another route on home. And
Yeah.
when I did, I was on my way home, walking home, and this lady pulled up beside me in the car and said, "I saw what you did." And I said, I looked at her and swore it wasn't me. And she swore up and down that she had saw me do it.
Said, yeah, I seen you. I seen what cowboy hat you was wearing. I seen what spurs you were wearing.
She said, but I'm not going to turn you in. But she chewed me out up one side and down the other. She said, don't ever let it happen again. And that was the last time I ever did something like that.
Well, that's good.
I can't say I ever went and got a farm animal and done anything.
But that would have been funny. Now that's an idea. Even nowadays, that would be funny. That just gives me an idea.
It was funny. It was
A sheep on top of a school building.
that's pretty creative, isn't it?
That is.
Or you know what? What about putting a sheep on top of somebody's barn?
Or somebody's, or a
Somebody's
calf.
barn.
I mean, well,
Or a calf.
Never mind
Well,
a calf. Never
well.
mind a calf. No, I can't.
There, you will see it. They tell me there's a time when you're gonna see a cow on top of the barn.
I mean, that would be funny. Just grab hold of the sheep and put it on some.
Hey, I will tell
or
you
even
all
on
this.
top of somebody's
Let me
house.
tell you all this. I will tell you one thing. I will never forget the first time I ever hauled a load of sheep in a bull wagon.
Yeah.
Me and
Did
Danny
you turn it
Walker.
over?
No. When I
Passing
got
the
to
Swift
Orange
Rover?
City, no, I didn't want to do that. But I'll tell you what, me and Danny Walker, we hauled first load of sheep we ever hauled in a big semi truck. And normally we haul cattle, and they wanted us to go pick up this load of sheep it was in up there in Minnesota, up there at what is that? Up there in Minnesota. Anyway, sale barn up there, Twin Cities, Minnesota. And we were in the sale barn, found our pen of sheep, and the guy that gave us this load said, "This is how I want you to load them. I want you to haul. I want you to load this many up in the top nose, this many in the bottom nose, this many on the top deck, this many on the bottom deck, this many on the tail end." And we thought, man, that's an awful lot of sheep. Can we do? So when we got the sale barn loaded, we found our sheep. There's another guy that was there, and we said, "Do you have any experience hauling sheep?" "Yeah, no problem, no problem." He said, "I'll tell you how to load them." He said, "Get your sheep in the alley and just run and just scream and wave your arms out. I know he was sitting back watching us laughing. We did that, and they run everywhere but the trailer. They scattered like roaches. But when we did get them loaded, we thought, man, they sure look awful packed in there. And we take them to Orange City, Iowa. I never will forget it, Orange City, Iowa. And when we got out there to that sheep ranch, half of them were upside down in that trailer. I'm not kidding. How we didn't have any dead ones, I'll never know. But half of them were upside down in the trailer on their backs. And they hadn't been sheared. They were full of wool. They hadn't been sheared. There was one of them that had so much wool on him, we couldn't even get him down the squeeze sheet, well, his little narrow sheet come down off the ground. He couldn't even fit down the sheet. And we asked that rancher, said, what do we do with this? He won't fit. He said, that's all right. He got enough wool on him, just roll him off the back of the trailer. And we did it. That sheep
Oh, man. Well, I guess we're ready. Let's go check on Blake.
Okay, well, anyway, folks, we hope y'all enjoyed our video. Until next time, y'all tune in again, and we'll have another get-together and have
Another
some
story
good
time.
stories.
Another story time.
Thank
Make sure you subscribe.